Hey yo, what it do? What it do? It's your boy Q, and welcome back to week number 5 of PIEA Action, powered by the esports company featuring Overwatch. And we've now seen 3 weeks when it comes to Overwatch play, and we are continuing to move and groove along as we've still got ourselves a handful of teams that are still undefeated. But y'all already know how we do when it comes to these weekly breakdown videos, man. Before we can get to this week's Power 10 as well as this week's schedule, let's go ahead and take a look at how our teams fared last week when it came to Overwatch. Last week, we saw a few teams in our Power 10 rankings take an L, and that was true for Penn Hills. They faced off against Warren County in a matchup of unbeatens, and I don't know if Warren County is going to continue flying under the radar. They looked good as they take down Penn Hills in 2 straight maps. And while we're talking about straight maps, McDowell will take down Penn Trafford in straight maps as well. Number 3, Spring Grove would be able to keep their undefeated season alive last week. Lebanon High School just couldn't seem to get momentum going as Spring Grove shows exactly why they're sitting as one of the top-ranked teams at PIEA, as Spring Grove walk away moving up to 3-0. Central Bucks West would be able to sweep Bayard Ruston, and they weren't the only Central Bucks squad sweeping, as Central Bucks South would end up sweeping Central Bucks East. Carlisle would end up suffering a tough loss after moving up to 6th in the Power 10 rankings last week. It was a close one, 2-1. But the Blue certainly would end up streaking when everything was all said and done, as Manheim Township would walk away with arguably the biggest upset of the week. And while we're on the topic of top 10 upsets, just like number 6 wasn't safe, neither was number 7 ranked Loyalsock, as they fall to Winburn, who bounced back from a big loss in their prior week. But could this be enough to move Winburn back into the top 10? We'll see here in just a few minutes. Number 5, Downington STEM was able to pull out the brooms against Strathaven, and Pine Grove would be able to do the same against Henderson. Number 2, Central Cambria had a scare against Ferndale. One of the few matchups that went the distance, and I thought that Ferndale was going to take it for a minute. But the Inferno from Central Cambria would be able to come out on top and keep their undefeated season alive. But can they find their way to the top of the Power 10 rankings? The Gators from Gateway would be able to beat Bell Vernon in 2 straight maps, and the Big Macs from Cannon Mac would be able to do the same against number 8 Franklin Regional. And it was a rough week for Franklin Regional. First week in the top 10, and they had a doubleheader resulting in 2 losses. Granted, West Branch is in the top 5, so it's not necessarily an upset, but another loss for Franklin Regional is going to make the Panthers fall quite a bit in the standings. West Branch would be able to beat Portage Area 2-0, and Stroudsburg would be able to do the same against Elizabethtown, picking up their first dub of the semester. And our Waynesburg University Game of the Week gave us a banger last week. Ephrata hadn't lost a map all year long, and they struggled against Penn Manor. But Penn Manor would be able to control the pace from the word go, taking it in 2 straight maps, making light work of Ephrata. But the question now becomes, how far would this cause Ephrata to fall from that number 1 spot? And I know, we've been teasing it enough, but let's go ahead and get down to it. Let's go ahead and look at week number 5's Power 10 rankings. And while we look at it, we see that Ephrata falls, Franklin Regional, gone. And we got some newcomers as well. But does that mean that this week, once again, we see the number 1 spot fall in PIEA Overwatch? Only time will tell. Definitely make sure y'all are getting a chance to tune into this week's Game of the Week. It promises to be a banger. The Waynesburg University Esports Game of the Week going to be Spring Grove versus Carlisle. So let's go ahead and get down and do what it do. Another week of PIEA Overwatch action. But remember, we do more than Overwatch over here. Rocket League on Tuesdays for high school. Wednesdays we have Valorant and Super Smash Bros. On Thursday, as well as our middle school action for Rocket League as well. We're going to continue cranking out content all semester long, so make sure y'all are locked in over on social media as well as over on YouTube. Y'all already know the dealio, man. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. More important than that, homies, I need y'all to do me a favor and remember that with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard. All right, y'all, it's your boy Q, signing out.